Welcome back to Future Perfect. It's an exciting time for the digital camera market, and funnily enough, it's because of what has gone missing, namely mirrors. Mirrorless camera systems are on the rise, with consumers eagerly adopting the new technology and more manufacturers throwing their hats into the ring. There's another shift coming to the camera world. It all started in the early 2000s when digital cameras were finally cheap enough for the average consumer. Rapidly gaining popularity, by 2003, they had already achieved parity with their film counterparts. And by 2007, digital cameras all but relegated film to the ultra-niche category. Prosumers and professionals who wanted more out of their digital camera experience opted to go the route of digital single-lens reflex cameras. But for ordinary consumers who wanted the same, there were three barriers to entry. DSLRs are bulky, expensive, and complicated. Manufacturers responded with the introduction of mirrorless interchangeable lens camera systems, which combine the flexibility of DSLRs with the price, portability, and ease of use of compact cameras. One of the pioneers of the system is Olympus, which released its first Micro Four Thirds camera in June 2009. Future Perfect was recently in Hong Kong and took the opportunity to visit an Olympus pen shop, where we were introduced to one of the company's newest models, the EP3.
The design is timeless. This means the design is classic, but it's also more long-lasting. So the people will buy the EP3 or EP1 even, they find a similar design. So they expect it can be last for the 50 years. It will not outdated.
50 years is no exaggeration. The EP3 traces its roots back to 1959, when Olympus introduced the original pen, the first half-frame camera produced in Japan. Throughout the years, it has kept to the core principles of the product: design and ease of use. Is this a good camera for a beginner who wants to get into photography?
Yeah, sure. Because our design is not only targeted for the high-end. Sure, the high-end means high technology, but it's a more easier way to use. So most people, all the people, including the entry-level people, can enjoy to use this camera to take a nice photo.
This new category has generated significant excitement in the photo community and has the potential of becoming a disruptive technology to the high-end market. For proof, look no further than Nikon bearing its own mirrorless system ambitions with the introduction of the V1 and the J1. There are reports that Canon is exploring the category as well. And talking about mirrorless camera systems, Olympus recently launched not just one, but three new pen models in the Philippines. And joining us in the studio to introduce us to the Pen 3, the Pen Lite 3, and the Pen Mini are Alex Fukui and Naoki Akamatsu of Olympus Imaging, and Rene Buhay, the CEO of Red Dot Philippines. Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa.
There you go. Okay, I've exhausted all my Japanese, so let's switch to English now. Rene, good to see you again.
Yes, good to see you too.
Yeah, been keeping busy since our China trip.
Oh yes,
yes. Obviously, the Olympus launch, one of the things that we were looking forward to, and finally, here they are. So guide us through some of these models as they were launched, when was that, yesterday?
Launched yesterday, officially launched yesterday in the Philippines. We are very excited at this opportunity with our partner Olympus. Yeah. And of course, this is a groundbreaking event, and Olympus technology is a game changer, right? So now I would like to introduce the star of the show, which is basically our three models, right? We start with the mini pen. This is the mini pen that we have. It's the camera that is designed for women. Right, and then we have the Pen Lite.
So I shouldn't be caught dead with a mini pen in my bag?
Not necessarily. It was more geared, because all these three cameras are the same technology. Yeah. But the variance of it is just designed, the body is designed for more of the ease of use.
Okay.
Like for example, the light, the Pen Lite, we have the LCD, flip out LCD, so you could actually, you know, when you do your pictures, you can actually flip the LCD and you can be more flexibility to take the pictures like that.
Right, and adjust it to maybe the ambient light. Sometimes the reflection makes it difficult to see what's in the LCD monitor.
Exactly. You know your cameras, my friend.
Not necessarily, but do not by reflection.
And of course, the granddaddy of them all is the pen. right? This is the granddaddy of them all, right? And this is basically a very, very powerful camera. And all these cameras right here, if you can see, we package this with their standard 14 by 42 lens. So this all comes in a kit that you have your body,
and the lens.
But we also have the opportunity to upgrade your lens, right? If you want a travel zoom camera, then you have a bigger lens, right? And then one key feature of this is that, with the adapter, with special adapter, you can use any existing DSLR lens from the other brand. So if you have a bigger lens or different lens for what you have the existing, you can use it and use the camera with a special adapter. So you don't have to waste the other lenses that you have right now.
Yeah, right. If you actually already had, so even for photographers who had film cameras before, they could still use the same lenses.
Exactly.
So do they need a special adapter to mount those lenses into the body of the Olympus pen?
That's right. Yeah, Canon lens for Canon adapter.
Okay.
Nikon lens for Nikon adapter. Even Leica lens. So we can attach Leica lens.
Now, in launching these 3 new models, what is Olympus hoping to have as an impact on the DSLR market? I mean, obviously, you're one of the leaders now in the mirrorless camera technology. So with these new models, what do you expect to happen now in the market?
Our mid to long-term goal is to be a #1 in this DSLR category.
And right now, where are you exactly in the market?
We're honestly in the market, honestly. But that's why we started the business with Red Dot Philippines, and we stimulate the market with the power. And then first, we have a big boom with a pen series. That's why we launched yesterday.
What has the response been like from the consumers?
Very positive, and especially beside the Philippines, but also it's kind of big boom in the globally, especially in Japan and the Hong Kong market you visited. That's a very big boom. Almost 50% of the SLR market is now becoming a mirrorless, and we are the #1 brand in the mirrorless category.
Now, exactly, Naoki-san, maybe you can also tell us. For people who are into maybe just hobbies as a photographer, would they think that this would be a good camera to begin with and maybe even use when they want to turn professional in their career? Oh, I'm sorry. Do we need an interpreter?
Yeah.
訳してもらうと。
最初にこのカメラっていうのは初めてやるのにいいか、それともプロフェッショナルな方にも使っていただけるか。
もちろん両方方に。
Of course, they can use.
Yes. So
for instance, a pen mini is good for the step-up users from the compact.
Yeah.
It's a simple operation and very light and very compact. But for the more, if the people get more enthusiastic, the people would choose the pen.
The pen
it's a
light.
pen.
The
pen, and for the techie person, pen light. So for the traditional camera manufacturer, seems like create like a hierarchy, like a pyramid. Professional line, middle class, and entry class. We create a horizontal line, like iPod, Nano, Classic, and iPhone and iPad recently. We are doing the same. We create mini, we create light, we create a pen, and maybe in the future, more and more.
Now, how far do you think, how far advanced is Olympus now compared to the other brands such as Nikon and Canon? When you're talking about this kind of technology, because the other brands are also going to come up with their own mirrorless micro Four Thirds camera. So, are you actually just a stone's throw away from their own technology?
Our big advantage is the autofocus speed. In terms of single autofocus speed, we are the #1 at this moment.
Autofocus speed, huh?
Yes. Even compared with conventional SLR, professional SLR, we are ahead of the speed, focus speed.
So, I mean, just how fast are you talking about here?
Compared to a conventional, the previous model, the autofocus speed gets 3 times faster.
3 times faster.
Yes.
So it's a good feature to have, especially when you're shooting action photography.
That's correct.
For example, you want to know whether President Aquino visited a flooded area. So he dropped in, he's away, or he's there for like maybe 2 minutes and then he leaves. So you'd better have your camera ready.
That's right.
Or for like 2 seconds.
More like 2 seconds, yes.
World's
Like
fastest autofocus.
whirlwind tour of the flooded areas. Okay, so why is it necessary to have a, what do you call it? A horizontal line? Yeah.
Right.
Because it's better to give the consumers different choices to
Yes.
begin with, right?
That's right.
But
People
the,
have- yes.
but the pricing, how much different is it from one model to the next? The range?
Well, it depends, right? So we start with our entry price point, which is 29,999.
Okay.
Is our mini,
Yeah.
right?
And basically...
And that comes with basically comes with a kit, right? So it's a body and your basic lens, right? Your 14 by 42 lens,
And the detachable lenses, detachable flash.
detachable flash.
And it,
Yeah,
okay, so
built
it comes with that.
detachable
Now the
flash,
sensors on these different models, for the megapixel resolution, I suppose they all gradually go up with the different models, right?
No,
No,
it's the same.
it's the same.
Yes, it's the same, right? And then the mini, right? The pen mini that we have, right, is 34,999, right? And then the Big Daddy, which is the pen, is 47,999.
All right.
That's
And
our MSRP.
Uh-huh.
And again, all comes with with the own basic kit with the lens, body and lens.
Is the price competitive with the other mirrorless cameras that are out now in the market?
Oh, definitely, definitely. In fact, very, very competitive, and also gives you more flexibility. I think a key point to understand is this is a cutting-edge technology, right? And the advantage of the Olympus pen is that it's lightweight. First of all, it's lightweight, right? You have the flexibility of using other lenses that you have already in your house, right? If you have a DSLR camera, then you can use that, right? Of course, the technology of mirrorless technology, right? Of course, the world's fastest autofocus, right? So those are the advantages for switching to the pen. That's why we say it's a game changer, right? To say, that's what we try to do.
Now, I wonder if in Japan itself,
Yes.
do news agencies also, do you think, use Olympus for their work?
Yeah, there's still some, but in the future, I think definitely they'll do.
That they will adopt
Yes.
more Olympus equipment. Because even here in the Philippines, I guess a lot of professional photographers, the first brands that come to mind, of course, would be Canon, Nikon, and Olympus. Somehow, they're not really that top of mind recall yet. So at this point, as Rene said, it's a game changer to have all these new models. But honestly, how do you think you're going to break into like the professional market with these cameras?
Well, I'm going to address it in 2 ways. I think first thing is for the pen, why it's not for the Olympus itself.
Yeah.
Our strategy is different, right? This time around to introduce Olympus to the market. First, of course, Red Dot Philippines has a very, very strong network of retailers, right? That's basically supporting our product, right? So that's number one. Number two, we're going to carry the whole line of the pen, right? From multiple lenses, right? From multiple accessories, right? For example, your viewfinder, right? Or detachable microphone, right? So all these little things that is available only in different shops, for us, it's available to everybody.
Right.
So as a consumer, right, it's very important to note that when you buy into this system, you have the support. And of course, we have our warranty and service in country. Not you have to send to Hong Kong or
For
send to
servicing,
Japan.
yeah.
Service is in country, which is very important, right? You make an investment to buy the camera. You want your service in-house. And we have that in country.
Now, do any of these models work? I mean, are the batteries on these things charged?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Right, so
yes.
okay, you
Oh,
got
yes.
the pen.
Oh, yes.
All right, fire it up, Rene.
Fire it up. All right.
Now choose from any of our beautiful models here in the studio of who to take a picture of. Let's see just how, of course the cameraman wants to be in the frame too, right? Okay.
So let's shoot.
Let's shoot some of the people there, the audience.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's shoot. Okay. And we want to show Alex. Maybe you could.
All right, Alex, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can
Which camera?
choose. Yeah.
You want to try?
Yes,
Can I use
it's okay. You use that
Oh.
one.
Yes.
So as I was saying, if I can use my fractured Nippongo, I want you to choose the Josei no Kirei. Is that right?
You want to choose? You mean that you want to choose a beautiful woman?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
Fantastic.
Not perfect, but I got it.
Daiichi desu ne. So, can we see the photos
Sure.
that you've taken? All right.
So
So
we have multiple photos.
let's have the viewfinder facing the camera.
Facing
and
the
then-
camera,
Yeah. All right. Over there.
Not a good picture.
You took that picture in a makeup room, I believe. So
No.
I hopefully not when somebody was dressing.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, right here.
Fantastic.
No, he's a good photographer.
Naoki-san.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
the best.
Naoki-san. Very good. Very good Halloween photo.
looks like Brad Pitt.
It's like it's more like an Angry Birds photo to me. Yeah. So you talk about the speed, right? It takes a burst of pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, faster.
Yes.
What about the color saturation? You can. I understand you can also manipulate the image itself on the camera without
Correct.
going to a computer.
Correct. I think I'll have Alex address that. We have multiple filters, but maybe you can address some of those features that's inherent in the camera.
Great. Okay. So what else can the camera do aside from take fast pictures and high resolution pictures? What other stuff can you do with a camera?
We have a live guide.
Live
guide is for the kind of guidance for even for the entry users.
Okay. And what exactly does that mean? It's like a help manual.
Yeah, not simple like that.
Not
The Raymond doesn't know the special term like aperture.
Okay.
But instead of using the aperture, we using the Raymond term.
Okay.
Like the blur image or sharp image. So this kind of the guidance we can make.
So it shows you like a tutorial on the screen.
Yes, but you can see the.
Yes.
All right. Now Rene wants to show my
Brad Pitt lookalike
Brad
picture.
Pitt picture. Okay, that was Brad Pitt before the accident.
Okay.
Okay.
You see.
Right.
You see the warm and cool.
Okay, Alex, what are you showing? Warm.
Warm and cool. That's right.
So you can adjust the
Warm.
color temperature of the image.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
Yes.
And cool.
okay. Right.
See that? Ooh.
So that's great.
There are many other functions. Sharp and the broad. We can do that.
Can you Photoshop objects directly?
Photoshop.
Meaning manipulate the photos directly within the camera. Well, we have filters. We have filters built in.
So just the filters built in.
Yeah, we have
And
filters.
also we have a software bundled.
Yeah.
So after shooting we can do that.
Yeah.
So you can't Photoshop DPWH officials into the photo.
Also,
Unfortunately not.
another the
Our
function.
Japanese friends don't understand what I'm talking about.
Another function. As an advantage is we call it art filter.
Okay, an art filter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is for example pop art
Uh-huh.
and soft focus
Oh, okay.
and the pale and light color and light tone and grainy film for the
Right.
this,
Grainy film.
and big hole for nostalgic and diorama.
Now, do other DSLR cameras also have features like these so far?
Not, I mean, it varies features, but not as sophisticated as this.
Actually, we started.
Yeah,
We started
we started
function. Other is catching up, trying to catch up, but we are going ahead.
You know, pardon me for saying this, but a lot of people are fascinated with the way Japan designs its technology because you have so many quirky features built into these devices. I mean, stuff that we normally probably don't think of using, but they're there anyway. Does that add to the attractiveness of the camera, do you think? That people like experimenting with their photos on the fly?
Well, because right now it's the Facebook generation, right? I mean, all these features now, when you take a picture, what do? You
Yeah.
upload to Facebook, right? You upload to Twitter. And all that now is we call ourselves the Facebook generation.
Yeah.
So a lot of this manipulation of images is really critical.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. And when are you going to introduce cameras that will transmit directly to the web.
Well, actually, there's another, what do you call this? You know, the little camera?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, show them our, the Olympus is, I think 70-75% worldwide market share in this.
You know,
category.
Olympus is not only an imaging company, but also a medical company. This is one of the smallest camera for medical industry.
That is a camera.
It's a
Yes.
camera.
Which called the capsule endoscope.
Capsule endoscope.
Endoscope, yeah.
Okay,
So
by the
you-
sound of that, you swallow it.
Yeah, and
it
through the
shows
8
you-
hours, they take more than 60,000 pictures. 60,000 pictures.
And how does the doctor retrieve the camera?
No, but just goes.
No. Natural.
Does he have
Natural.
To, does he have to search for it? No.
But don't worry, it's not recyclable.
They're
And
not recyclable.
actually, the image is transmitted to the other
So
machines.
you're actually also
Yes.
engaged in medical imaging.
Yes. And miniaturized optics is one of the big advantage.
That is fantastic. Can you sell that to consumers, or is it just sold to hospitals?
This one, this combined with the hospital.
It's not sold to consumers. I can't
No.
just walk up to a store and say, "I'd like one of those endoscopic cameras, please."
But you want to check the 60,000 pictures by yourself?
Yes, I think I want to see if I ate something bad for lunch
Maybe in the future.
in the future. Well, thank you very much, Alex, Naoki, and Rene for coming over. And we do really enjoy featuring these new cameras, because a lot of Filipinos are, they like photography. Every event has to be documented. Obviously, we have to change the colloquial term now, which is magkodakan tayo. Do you know that?
No.
No, okay. Kodakan has become a little bit old-fashioned now. But in any case, thank you, gentlemen, for coming to Future Perfect. I hope to see you all again, yes, when you come out with the next generation of the pen cameras. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Tomo, arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Well, from cameras, we go to laptops. Since the introduction of the first MacBook Air, PC makers have tried to one-up Apple by introducing devices that are as thin, sleek, and powerful as Apple's much vaunted Ultra Portable. Have they finally cracked the code? Find out next when Future Perfect returns.